Hello, good morning. I am a maths faculty at Narayana Group. My name is Ankit Sharma, and today we are going to discuss 23rd of January 2025 Shift 2 paper. So let's unfold the first question. So this question is about the limits, and limit is given x tends to infinity. So all right, and so look at this part. So if you look at the first part, limit x tends to infinity, 2x square minus 3x minus plus 5 over 3x square plus 5x plus 4. This part has no problem with infinity because that limit is finite and it's existing. So we don't have to worry about the first part. This part at least we don't have to worry about. So we are concerned only about the second part. So in the second part, what we will do, we'll simply adjust it like this. X tends to infinity. You can divide by 2, or else we directly know from this result, if you know this thing, limit x over infinity, if I have ax power n plus bx power n minus 1 and so on up to constant say z. And then similarly I have here, let's say a2 and then x power n itself, okay, which both are the polynomials of same degree, so we don't have to worry about the limit when it's approaching to x is approaching to infinity. We can simply write down this is what, a1 over a2. Right. Eventually you'll be dividing by x power n throughout and then take the limit, so rest of the terms will become 0. Only we are left with a1 over a2. So we'll be using that result here. So I'll be directly getting it 2 over 3 times. We are left only with this 3x minus 1 to the power x by 2, and here also I can write 3x plus 2 to the power x by 2. So our concern is now this. So here what we can do is, this is 3x minus 1, so it is of the form, we have to use this result basically, limit x tends to infinity, 1 plus x to the power 1 by x. 1 to the power infinity form we have to make it, okay. So this will give me basically e. So we'll adjust into that form. So for this what we will do, we'll divide by 3 first, okay. So as we can take 3 common, and then it's like this, 3x minus 1, 2 by 3 will be out, and then again 3x plus 2 to the power x by 2, this way. So you can just divide by 3 first. So I'll be having limit x tends to infinity, and this will simply give me 1 minus 1 over 3x, and then this will be 1 plus 2 over 3, okay, and then again x to the power x by 2. And now it is of the form 1 plus x to the power 1 by x form, so we can simply write down this limit. This will give you 2 over 3, then e to the power minus 1 over 6. This over e to the power, this will give me 2 gets cancelled, just 1 over 3 simply. So now we'll write down 2 over 3, and then e to the power, this is minus 1 over 6 minus 1 over 3. So this will basically give you, multiply and make the base same, so it will be 2 over 3 to the power e 2 over 3 into e to the power, this is minus 3 minus 2 minus 1, minus 3 by 6, which is minus 1 by 2. So that makes our option 2 over 3 root e correct. So that is our option B. So B would be the correct answer for this. I mean 2. So 2 over 3 root e. All right. Moving to the next question, question number 2. So question number 2 is about a set is A is given, a set A is given, and another set B is given, and A is given to be what? This is x plus y. This dot dot has no meaning. Should be greater than or equal to actually. This is fine. To correct the question, this is greater than or equal to. Okay. So the first part is mod of x plus y is greater than or equal to 3, means I have mod of x plus y is greater than or equal to 3, and the second part is mod of x plus mod of y is less than or equal to 3. So if I try to draw it, means what it is, if we just plot set A and set B both in the same diagram. So if I have mod of x plus y greater than or equal to 3, means this will have 2 things, x plus y greater than or equal to 3 or x plus y less than or equal to minus 3. So yes, it would go somewhat like this. Right? So this line is my x plus y equal to 3, and this is my x plus y is equal to minus 3. We have opened this thing, so we got two lines, x plus y equal to 3, and we got x plus y equal to minus 3. Okay, so when we open this thing modulus, so this part will be greater than or equal to, and this part will be less than or equal to. Right? So basically we are using mod of x greater than or equal to r, means x is greater than or equal to r, or x is less than or equal to minus r. So we are using this thing. Now we want x plus y less than or equal to, so we have this part, this region total, and x plus y greater than or equal to 3 means this part. So this is our set A, alright, including the boundary. So all these points are included. And now B set is given to be mod of x plus mod of y is less than or equal to 3. So this thing is again quite famous. You must have seen in your regular books. This is my point 3. This is 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 3, minus 3 comma 0 and 0 comma minus 3. And if I open this thing mod of x plus y, like mod of x plus mod of y is less than or equal to 3. So this will be, there are 4 lines basically, x plus y equal to 3, x plus y equal to minus 3, x minus y equal to 3, minus x plus y equal to 3, like this. 4 will be there, and minus x minus y equal to 3. Okay, so we'll plot the region like this. I'll use different ink. So this region would go like this. One of the line will be lying in the intersection itself, so it is here. So we got our shape. The white shape is going to be our set B. So this is our set B. Now what do we want? Another set is given C. So C set is given to be, you have to collect all those elements which are in A as well as B, but condition is that x must be 0 or y must be 0. So first let's find out A intersection B. So A intersection B will be what? Simply the boundary, as you can see here, because this region is inside. This is the interior of this thing, including the boundary. This is exterior, including the boundary. So only boundary is there in the intersection. So that means we have only this part. Intersection, I'll highlight. Intersection is only this. This is my intersection, total. But now what do they want in the intersection? They want x must be 0 or y must be 0. So if you want x must be 0 or y must be 0, then for that we have to include only the endpoints, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So my set C is now going to be, simply the point minus 3 0, 0 minus 3, 3 0, and 0 3. That's what we have. This is my set C. Okay. Now what do we want? We want the ordered pair. So this is my ordered pair x comma y. We want the sum of all these coordinates, means x plus y. So I want summation of modulus of x plus y. So we simply have to add it. So this will give me minus 3 plus 0 is minus 3. We have to take its modulus, so it will become 3. So that means this is also 3, 3, 3, 3. So it will become what? 3 into 4. That becomes 12. So the answer should be 12. Makes our option 2 correct. Alright, now moving to the third question. So here this question is given to be, there is a matrix A and it's 3 by 3 such that a matrix A when multiplied by this column vector gives me another vector. And similarly I have another vector. So it's like you can write down sum A into V1 is equal to V2 this way. Alright, so our goal is to find out, then they are asking A23 equal to what? So they want basically the element. So suppose A is my matrix, say A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is my matrix. We want this element, A23. What is this entry in A? So now let's find out. So what we can do is, there would be n number of ways you can assume the matrix like this and then perform the operations on the vectors, or you can simply apply this thing that if you watch carefully, then A is my matrix and we have the vector. So we are basically multiplying the vector by that matrix. So I can assume the matrix to be, I can take A here just as a matrix, and all these vectors I can assign it's a column matrix. So we'll assign the column matrix. So you see here once. So this is 1 0 0. So yeah, I can write down here 2 1 2. So I can say here like this 1 0 0, right? Because A212 is giving me 1 0 0. So I'll fit the matrix like this. So 0 1 0, and I have here 4 1 3. And next part is 0 0 1. So I can write down here 0 1 0. So basically now it looks like this matrix. So A into B is equal to what? Identity. So A into B is equal to what? Identity. So I have to find out A. So A is going to be what? Basically it's going to be B inverse. So that means I have to find out the inverse of this matrix. So we can write down like this. So we have to find out the inverse of this matrix. So therefore B is equal to 2 4 0 1 1 1 2 3 0. So we have to find out the inverse of this matrix. So for finding the inverse, what we will do, we'll simply go by the adjoint method, because in adjoint method we can simply find out this element A23 without even finding the entire matrix. It's not required, because we can play with minors and cofactors. That will give us A23. So let's find the determinant. So determinant of this matrix will be minus 3, 2 into minus 3, and then minus 4 into minus 2. So 6, 8 minus 2. No, 8 minus 6 is 2. So we got the determinant to be 2. So now we'll find the inverse of B. So B inverse we can find out by using the adjoint method. So yes, it will become 1 over determinant of B, which is 2 times the adjoint, right? We are using this result. B inverse is equal to 1 over det B into adjoint of B. So we want to find out the adjoint of B. So adjoint of B means we have to write down the cofactors transpose. So we'll write down the cofactor matrix and then write down its transpose. That means we will see the element like this and then write down their inverse this way, because it's their transpose, nothing else. So we have to find out the, so that means if I am seeing the element like this and I want its inverse. So if I select it, that means I want A23. So I want in the A inverse I want A23 element. So that means I have to see the cofactor for A32, because you see here, if my matrix B, say this is A11, A12, A13, and if I write down its A inverse, so A inverse I'll be writing the cofactors. I'll find out the minor corresponding to A11, which will turn out to be A23 into A22 minus this. So I'll write down here, and then again when I'm writing for A12, I'll be writing the minor here. So we are writing basically the cofactor transpose. So in that way I can simply write down, I'll see the minor corresponding to 3, so that turns out to be just minus 2. So that means my element here B inverse, when I write down, it will be some entries, but here I'll be writing as what? Minus 2. Why? Because I'm seeing it here and then writing it here. Okay, so this is going to be my A23 entry. All these entries I don't have to find out, they are not required, because they want only A23, right? So I got A23 here is minus 2, and then outside it is 1 by 2. So this is my B inverse. I don't have to find the entire element, you can find, no issue. So this is my B inverse, and B inverse is nothing but A. So I wanted A23, so just multiply here. So that means A23 element is going to be what? This is minus 2, and then I have here 2. So it is going to give me simply minus 1. So that makes our option 2 correct. So the answer would be 2 minus 1. All right. Now let's go to the next question. Question number 4. Here an ellipse is given. The length of the chord of the ellipse whose midpoint is 1,2. All right. So that means we are given an ellipse in this way, and suppose this is my chord. I want the length of this chord whose midpoint is given to be midpoint. Say it's given to be 1,2. That's what I want to find out. So simple idea would be what? We can get the equation of the chord first, and then equation of chord we'll solve with ellipse. We get the points, and then by distance formula we can get the distance. Okay, distance between these 2 points basically. So say this is my point x1, y1. This is my point x2, y2. I want distance. So distance will become x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. And now x1, y1 both are on this line, so this line I can assume y equal to mx plus c. So if I plug in y2, I am getting y2 is equal to mx2 plus c, and similarly y1 is equal to mx1 plus c. So that means if I do y1 minus y2, I can take m common, and x2 minus x1 will be completely outside. So it can be written like this: x2 minus x1 square into 1 plus m square. This is d. That means now I want d is equal to, it can be written as mod of x2 minus x1 into square root of 1 plus m square. This is what we'll be using total. So our goal is to get the distance between these 2 points, x2 and x1. So for this thing, what we can do is we can write the equation of chord. So equation of the chord can be written as, so equation of chord would be t equal to s1, means tangent equal to power of the point s1. So tangent is what? x1 by 4 plus y1 y1 is equal to x1 square by 4 plus y1 square. Now this would give me, so we'll get rid of this 4 in the denominator, so I'll be getting basically x plus y from here will be equal to this 4 gets cancelled, and here I'll be multiplying, so we get 3 over 8. So yes, 3 over 2 I'll be getting. So this is my equation of the chord, x plus y equal to 3 by 2. Now I want to find out x1, x2. So for this, what we will do, we'll take this chord and we'll put into the ellipse. So we'll make it a quadratic equation, and then we'll just find out the difference of roots. That would be our goal. M we already know, m is 1, right? Slope of this line, oh, so minus 1. Slope of this line is already minus 1, so that is done. So we need to find out only x2, x1. So let's plug in here. So I have x square by 4 plus 1 by 2 times y square is going to be 3 by 2 minus x square is equal to 1. So we'll write down here x square plus 2 here, and then 3 by 2 minus x the whole square is equal to, we'll take the LCM, 4. Yes, and now open this thing, so will give me x square plus 2 into, this is 9 over 4 minus no, only 3x, 2 is there, it will get cancelled. 3x plus x square is equal to 4. Now again we'll multiply 4 inside, or you can multiply 4 completely. So we get 4x square plus 18 minus wait a second, this is unnecessary calculation. So x square plus 2 into, better I'll write down 9 minus 12x plus 4x square over 4 is equal to 4. So now this will give me basically 2. So I am left to multiply only with 2. So yes, 2 plus 4 will give me 6x square, and this will give me minus 12x, and the last part is plus 9, and then minus 8 is plus 1 is equal to 0. So this is my quadratic equation now. I want to find out, it will have two roots, say x1 and x2, and I have to find out the difference of roots. So difference of roots will write down here. So x1 minus x2 the whole square will be equal to simply x1 plus x2 square minus 4 times x1 x2. So yes, sum of the roots is going to be 12 over 6 means 2 means 4, and then minus 4 times product of the roots is 1 over 6. So will give me 4 minus 2 over 3. So 10 by 3. 10 by 3 we can write down. So x1 minus x2 is going to be basically square root of 10 over 3. We got this thing, we'll now plug in here. So therefore d is going to give me square root of 10 over square root of 10 over square root of 3 into root of 1 plus m square. So that is going to again give me root of this is basically 1 plus m square, no? So m is minus 1, so it will give me root 2. So this is root 20 by 3. So root 20 by 3 is what? This matches with no of the option. Okay, wait, let's see. This is fine. 20 by 3 means 10 by 3 is fine. Root 10 by 3 is fine. This is root 10 by 3 into root 2. Root of 1 plus m square is again root 2. We'll have to simplify it further in the form of 3. So we'll multiply better by 3 because all the options are given to be this. So we'll have 3 here. We'll have 3 here. So let us see now what do we get. Okay, so yes, done. So this is 2, 3 and 10 will give me basically root 60. Root 60 I can add down 15 into 4. So I'll be writing 2 root 15 over 3. So okay, d equal to 2 root 15 over 3. And this makes our option 1 correct. So that makes our option A correct. So moving to the next question. Question number 5. So here it's given to be a range of the function. We have to find out, and then we have to find the distance of that alpha comma beta from the line. So line is given to be 3x plus 4y plus 12 is 0. So let's find out the range first. So of course let's try to write down the function itself. So it will give me 6 plus 16 into this is cos x into cos of 60 minus x into cos of 60 plus x. So the moment we see cos of 60 minus x, cos 60 plus x, cos x, immediately our mind triggers us. So we get sin 3x into cos 6x here. So this should give me 6 plus 16 into cos 3x over 4. And then I have here sin 3x into cos of 6x. So this 4 I'll be cancelling here. And now since sin 3x and cos 3x are again good partners, so we'll write down 2 times. This 2 I'm sending here. So 2 sin 3x into cos 3x will give me sin 6x into cos 6x. Now 2 sin 6x into cos 6x will give me sin 12x. So my this belongs to minus 1 to 1. So range of f from here we can write down 5 to 6 plus 1, 7. So range of f is going to be from 5 to 7. And now we have to find out the distance of coordinate 5 comma 7. That means now this is my point, say here 5 comma 7, and then I have this line which is 3x plus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0. So I want this distance basically. So this distance you can simply apply the distance formula, distance of a point from a line. So yes, it will give me 15 plus 28 plus 12 over square root of 3 plus root of 3 square plus 4 square will give me 5. Yes, we're done. And this would give you basically 28 plus 12 is 40 plus 10, 55 over 5 is 11. So the correct answer would be option 4, that is 11. Moving to the next question. So it's given to be a spherical chocolate ball has a layer of ice cream of uniform thickness. So a spherical chocolate ball. So let us say this is our chocolate ball, and it has got a uniform thickness, ice cream of uniform thickness. That means another layer is there. So like this. So this is the uniform thickness. All right. So that it is also same circular only. This is spherical. So yeah. A spherical chocolate ball I have here. This is my spherical chocolate ball. Uniform thickness is what? 1 centimeter. This is 1. Now the ice cream melts at a rate of 81 centimeter cube, okay, per centimeter, 81 centimeter cube per minute, and the thickness of the ice cream layer decreases at the rate of thickness of ice cream layer decreases. All right. So what we can do is we can assume this thing to be x. So basically volume of the sphere is going to be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Radius is basically x now. So in this x we have to remember that this part is only x minus 1. Okay, x minus 1. X minus 1 is what? Chocolate ball, basically the radius of the chocolate ball. So 4 over 3 pi x cube will differentiate because volume is changing. So yes, dv over dt will give you it's 4 over 3 pi. This will be 3x square into dx over dt. So this volume is given to be how much? The change is 81 is equal to 4 by 3 pi, this 3 we can cancel now, So it will give me pi x square and dx by dt. So dx by dt means what? Yeah, the thickness of the ice cream layer decreases. So yes, ice cream layer decreases at the rate of 1 by 4 pi. So this pi and this pi will cancel. So I'll be getting basically x square is equal to, this 4 will also get cancelled. So x square is equal to 81. That means from here we'll get x is equal to 9. So we got x is equal to 9. And now what they are saying, the surface area. So surface area of the sphere is equal to 4 pi r square. So we want only the surface area of chocolate ball, without ice cream layer. So without ice cream layer it is x minus 1. So it is x minus 1 square. Now x is given to be 9. So we'll write down there. So this will become 8 square, which is 64 into 4. So 64 into 4 is 128 into 2 is 256 pi. So surface area is going to be 256 pi. Alright. So here option 4 will be correct, 256 pi. Yeah. Moving to the next question. So we want the distance of the line, from the point. That means there is some point here 1, 4, 0, and I want, this is my line here, which is this, I'll be calling it line L1 better. This is my line L1 and this is my L2. So I have to find out the distance of this point P from L1, and this distance we have to measure along. So this distance I have to measure along. That means there is some other line also. It's going somewhat like this, right? And distance we are finding, when you are finding the distance of a point from a line, basically we find the perpendicular distance. But here they are asking we have to find the distance along the line. That means what we will do, this is my line L2. So we'll construct a line passing through P and parallel to L2. We'll construct a line passing through P and parallel to L2 and then solve for their point of intersection. So it should be like this. It is along L2. Okay. So we'll solve this thing and we'll get this point, and then by distance formula we get the distance. So yes, let's write down. So this is my L3. So our goal is to get L3. So equation of L3 would be, it's line passing through that point whose distance you have to find out from L1. So yes, x minus 1 over L2 drs is 1, 2, 3. So we can write down this one, x minus 1 over 1 is equal to y minus 4 over 2 is equal to z minus 0 over 3. So this is my equation of L3. Now to get this point we have to find the point of intersection of L1 and L3. So we can assume this to be equal to lambda, and equation of L1 we already have. We'll assume it, that is x minus 2 over 2 is equal to y minus 6 over 3 is equal to z minus 3 over 4 is equal to mu. Now our goal is to get the point of intersection. That means once we got this point L1, so L1 is on this point, I'll call it Q. So Q is on L1 also and Q is on L2, L3 also. So let's find out. So for the point of intersection, what should happen? They should have a point common. So we'll just take any point on this line, and any point on this line means any point on L1, any point on L3, and we'll take their we'll equate them basically, because they should intersect at some point. So yes, I'll be getting from here. So will be lambda plus 1 comma 2 lambda plus 4 comma 3 lambda will be equal to 2 mu plus 2 comma 3 mu plus 6 comma 4 mu plus 3. So from this we'll be getting one system, which is lambda plus 1 is equal to 2 mu plus 2 and 2 lambda plus 4 is equal to 3 mu plus 6, and also we have and then 3 lambda is equal to 4 mu plus 3. So let us see which equation would be easy to solve. So we have to solve and get our lambda and mu, or even one point is enough. Even if you get lambda is fine. So lambda is going to give me, wait, this is, yeah, let's find out. So basically solving this system, so I have lambda minus 2 mu is equal to 1, and this is 3 lambda minus 4 mu is equal to 3. So if you watch carefully, then from here this 1 and 3 are nothing but the coefficients. That means I don't need mu, so mu will be simply 0. Mu will be simply 0. Okay, done. Mu will be simply 0 and lambda will be simply 1, we can say, from here itself. So mu is 0, lambda is 1. So one point is enough. Now we have taken the point mu, so you can get mu is 0, so you can get the point q. Also, if you take lambda equal to 1, you get point same q only. Both points will be same because lines are intersecting. So now we can write down the point q to be what? This is 0, so this point is simply 2 comma 6 comma 3 itself. Now we have to find out this distance. So distance is going to be simply by the distance formula, which will become what? 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. So this will turn out to be 9, 4, 13 plus 1, root 14. So that makes our option B correct. All right. Moving to the next question, number 8. So here we are given that the number of complex numbers satisfying modulus of z is equal to 1 and some mod of z over z bar plus z bar over z equal to 1 is what? Now look at this question. So of course, for solving such questions, like they ask number of complex number, it is better to go with the polar form, because we can deal with lot of things. So z is equal to mod of z into e power I theta. So this mod of z is given to be 1, so that means I have simply z is equal to e power I theta. So this expression here given can be now simplified as what? Z is e power I theta. So from here z bar will become e power minus I theta. Become e power minus I theta. Now z over z bar will become e power 2I theta plus e power minus 2I theta. This will be equal to 1. So now recall the result. Euler's identity. So e power I theta is basically what? Cos theta plus I sin theta. Now at the place of theta, if you write down 2 theta, so it will not change. So e power 2I theta will become cos 2 theta plus I times sin 2 theta. So if I write down e power minus 2I theta, so will give me again cos of 2 theta, but this will be minus now because sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, and adding both the equations. So we get this thing will become now mod of 2 times cos 2 theta is equal to 1, and we know our theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi, right? So that means we have here mod of cos 2 theta is equal to half. So we have to count the number of solutions for mod of cos 2 theta is equal to half, and theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi. So when my theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi, my 2 theta will belong to 0 to 4 pi. So in 0 to 4 pi, I have to count the solution. So better what we will do, we'll count the solution in 0 to 2 pi itself, will multiply by 2 because it's periodic. So no problem. Let's graph the solution. So it will go like this. And this is 0 and this is my 2 pi. And we want modulus. So for modulus, what we do? We just take the, we'll just flip the quantity which is down. Okay, so we just flipped it. So I'll be removing this. This is not required. Okay, so our graph will go like this now. And it's given to be half. So half will lie here somewhere. That means how many points of intersection? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 points of intersection in the first period. That means in the second part it will become again 4. So total solutions are going to be, so number of solutions would be 8. So that makes our option 2 correct. All right. Now going to the next question. Yes. So this thing is given to be, means a board has 16 squares as shown in the figure. So yeah, it has got 16 squares. So out of these 16 squares, 2 squares are chosen at random. All right, two squares are chosen at random. Now let's see. Yeah, that means we have to deal only with these small squares. Okay, we have to deal only with these small squares. So what we will do now, the probability that they have no side in common. So we have to select two squares so that they have no side in common. So for this thing, what we will do, we'll use the again bijection rule. So say no side is common. So n of no side common will be what? Total squares. Total squares means you are choosing it, basically. And then, so total squares, that is what? How many are there? 16C2. 16 squares are there, we have to choose any two. So total number of ways to choose them is 16C2. That's what you call n of s. So n of s is going to be what? 16C2. And now we have total squares to choose are going to be 16C2, and then now from this we will remove the squares where two sides are common. So for having two sides common, we have to choose the squares this way. I can choose these. If I choose these two squares, so I have yes one side common, and if I choose these two squares, I have this side common. That means I can choose this segment, or I can choose even this one, or the same way I can choose this one. That means from one row I am getting three sets. Okay, that means from one row I am getting three. So I'll see it like this. So if I choose these two, yeah, that's fine. Or I can choose these two, or I can choose these two. So such squares I have to choose. So yes, in row how many are going to be there total? So here I have 3, here also I have 3, here 3, here 3. That means all three are there among the rows, and similarly we can choose columns in squares in column also like this, right? And all these squares are distinct, so there is nothing common also. So that means how many are going to be there total? So this is 12 in row and similarly 12 in column. So 12 in row plus 12 in column. So 12 in row and 12 in column will give me total 24. This and again over 16C2. So this will give me 1 minus 24 upon 16C2 will become 16 into 15 over 2 into 1. So 120. So 120, that means 1 minus 1 by 5 will give you 4 over 5. So the probability is 4 by 5. That makes our option 1 correct. Now moving to the next question, question number 10. Question number 10 is given to be a rod of length 8 units moves such that its ends A and B always lie on the lines. These two lines are given. So now let us see what it is. That means it's like this: a rod of unit length moves such that A and B lie on the lines. What are A and B? But okay, its ends, that means it's like this. So suppose this is my rod and here is A and here this is B. So A is lying on the line, say like this somewhere. This is line x minus y plus 2 equal to 0, and B is lying on the line y equal to minus 2. Yeah, y plus 2 equal to 0. So it's going somewhat like this, right? So this is my line y equal to minus 2. So yes, we got A and B so far. Now they are saying if the locus of the point P, so we want the locus of the point P which divides the rod AB internally in the ratio 2:1, and we know that length of this rod, so length of the rod we know it's 8, right? Length of the rod is 8. That means DAB is equal to 8, right? So when I write DAB, that means I am meaning distance between A and B, or you say length, both are exactly same here. So yes, let's begin, and now we have to find out the locus basically. So let assume the locus to be PH comma K, that's how we assume. And now we want A and B, so we'll take the parametric form on this line. So any point on this line will look like, you can parameterize it by one variable. So say my x is t1. So if my x is t1, then y is going to be t1 plus 2, and on this thing I'll be taking t2, and y is fixed already, minus 2. Yes, so we got this thing. Now what we have to do, we have to find out the locus of this point. So to find the locus of this point, what we can do is, we can now write down 1 minute, let's write down the locus first then. So it will basically become h comma k will be equal to coordinates, we are writing. So the coordinates are going to be basically what, so let's write it down. It's basically like this. This is a, which is t1 comma t1 plus 2, and then here I have b, which is t2 comma minus 2, and then here is some point p, and this is dividing in the ratio 2:1, right? So now coordinates of p we can write down directly. It will give me 2 times t1, no 2 times t2, so 2 times t2 plus t1 over 3 comma minus 4 plus t1 plus 2 over 3. So that means from here I am getting h is equal to 2 t2 plus t1 over 3, and k is equal to t1 minus 2 over 3. So from here our goal is to eliminate t1 and t2. So I have to get h and k. So t1 I can write down now 3k plus 2, that is my t1, and from here I'll be getting h is equal to 2 t2 plus t1, we know it is 3k plus 2 upon 3. So from here we can write down t2 now. So that will give me 3h minus 3k, 3h minus 3k, yeah, is minus 2 is equal to t2 and then by 2. So we now got t1 and t2. So we'll just write it down where t1 and t2 what we have got. So this turns out to be basically t2, t1 is 3k plus 2 and t2 is 3h minus 3k minus 2 upon 2. So we have found t1 and t2. Now we have to use the distance formula because we have to get rid of this thing t1 and t2, and it should be in terms of h and k because we are seeking locus. So let's remove this point, and now we can write, since DAB is how much, 8 given, DAB is given to be 8, and now that means AB square will give me 64. So we'll write down AB square. So AB square is basically, use the distance formula, so I'll be having here t1 minus t2 the whole square plus t2, no not t2, only t1 plus 4 square is equal to 0. So we have t1 minus t2, so we'll write down t1 minus t2 here. So I'll be getting t1 is basically 3k plus 2, this minus of t2 is 3h minus 3k minus 2 upon 2 the whole square plus t1 is basically 3k plus 2, so 3k plus 2 plus 4 square is equal to, no it's not 0, this is 64. Now so we got the locus now. So this locus we have to simplify and bring of this type. So we have to see what it is. Alright, so now let's move ahead, and can we do some smart work, because we need the coefficient of let's see first, are we getting 9, because once we get 9 then I'll simply compare the coefficient of x, y square and beta, because that's what we need. Remaining terms we don't need. So let's simplify it. So first I'll get rid of this 2. because this 2 is not required. So we'll transfer 2 to somewhere else. This is 4, so let's multiply 4 everywhere. We'll take 2 inside here only, so will give me 6k plus 4 minus 3h plus 3k plus 2, and then now by 2 the whole square plus 3k plus 6 the whole square is equal to 64. So now we can transfer this 4 outside, and then I'll be getting here 3k plus 6k 9k, and then minus 3h plus 6 the whole square, and then plus 4 times 3k plus 6 the whole square is equal to 64 into 4. Yes, we can do even still some smart work. Can we take 3 common, and then it is gone 3, and then here also we can take 3 common. Yes, so I'll be getting only but if we take 3 common, can we divide by something? No, we cannot. So let's evaluate the coefficient, because we have to, because they have given outside 9 common, so for that part we have to. So let's take 3 outside, at least I can take. So I'll be getting 9 completely outside, and then I'll be getting here 3k minus h plus 2 the whole square plus here also I'm taking 3 outside completely, and what I'll do, I'll shift 2 inside, so it will become 2k plus 3 I have taken common, so this become 2, again one more 2 comes inside, so it will become again 4 square. This will be equal to 64 into 4. Now we got this thing, so we have to collect only the coefficient of x, y, and no, not x. X is going to be there, so that is confirmed. X coefficient we have got. That means now we can play our trick. So let's find out the coefficient of only y square first. So y square I'll be getting when I start expanding this thing. So I'll be getting somewhere 9k square. I'll be getting here 9k square. Here I'll be getting 4k square. That means rest nowhere is y present. So this expression should be of this type. So we are doing just smart work. We don't have to count everything. So 9k square and 4k square will give me 13. That means alpha is going to be 13 locked. We also need the coefficient of xy. So xy we are going to get only in this term. So which is basically what? A square plus b square plus c square, and then plus 2 times. So plus 2 times this xy term I am writing, which is minus 3hk. So it's going to be minus 6. So we get minus 6 here. So that means beta is minus 6. And also we need the coefficient of x only. So coefficient of x we will get only when we get this 2 times minus 3kh, and then plus 6k, and then minus 2h. So that means this is again minus 2. So that means gamma is minus 4. So we got alpha, beta, and gamma. So now we can do whatever we want. So 13 plus 6 plus 4 will give me 23. So the answer to this question must be 23. Option 2 correct. I hope this was clear. Now moving to the next question. Question number 11. So question number 11 is, so one integration is given, I equal to 0 to pi by 2. So as we can see here, integral a to b f of x dx is same as integral a to b f of a plus b minus x. So if I write down pi by 2 minus x, then I'll be having cos in the numerator, and denominator will remain same because cos and sin will interchange. So I'll be writing here cos power 3 by 2x over, this will be sin power 3 by 2x plus cos power 3 by 2x, and I'll be adding both the i's. So adding both I means this is my 1 I and this is my 2. So adding 1 and 2. So if I add 1 and 2, adding 1 and 2, I'll be getting 2i is equal to 0 to pi by 2, and this part gets cancelled completely. So I get I equal to pi by 4. So we got now I equal to pi by 4, and now next part starts from here, and it states we have to find out 2i. So that means integration, next part, it's from 0 to 2i. So 0 to 2i means of f is equal to 0 to 2i means pi by 2 only, and f is given to be x sin x into cos x upon sin 4 plus cos 4. Again we will apply the same property, so I'll be getting 0 to pi by 2. This I'll call it better j integral. So this is also j only, so j equal to 0 to pi by 2. Now write down there. So pi by 2 minus x into, again this will become cos x, this will become sin x, and denominator again remains the same. So sin power 4x plus cos power 4x dx. Now adding, let's call this equation 3 and call this equation 4. So adding 3 and 4. So adding 3 and 4 will give me 2j is equal to 0 to pi by 2. Now pi by 2 cos x sin x would survive, and that x part will get cancelled because this is x and here we have minus x. So only it survives pi by 2 sin x cos x upon sin 4 plus cos 4. This survives. So we can now simply write down, this is pi by 2 and pi by 2 will be out. So 2j is equal to pi by 2 will be here completely, and then 0 to pi by 2 I have here, and then sin x cos x over sin 4 cos 4. So we'll do some smart work again. We'll divide by cos power 4 just to get into tan, because in tan it's quite easy to handle things. We'll divide by cos power 4, so I'll be having here tan power 4x plus 1, and in the numerator what will happen, cos and then one cos will be gone. One of the cos I'll be sending here, and then another cos will become square, so it will become sec square x then. Yes, so now this would give me basically 2j is equal to pi by 2, and then integration from 0 to pi by 2 tan x into sec square x over tan square x the whole square plus 1. Now I can choose, I can now think of taking tan square x as t, because its derivative is present in the numerator. So if I start this way, then I'll be getting tan square x is equal to t. So for this we have 2 tan x into sec square x dx is equal to dt. So yes, I have now my 2j is equal to, let's not write 2j now, enough of 2j. Send this 2 down, so I'll be getting j equal to pi over 4. So j will now become pi over 4, and then this integration will convert to, say it is from 0, so 0 itself, but when x is equal to pi by 2, t will go to infinity. So this will become infinity, and the numerator part is simply dt over 2, so this 2 will also come, and then over 1 plus t square. So it will become pi by 8 and then tan inverse of t. So tan inverse of integration of 1 over 1 plus t square is tan inverse t. It goes from 0 to infinity. So this will give me basically pi by 8, and here I'll be having tan inverse of infinity will be give me pi by 2. So this turns out to be pi square over 16. So the answer should be pi square over 16. That makes our option 2 correct. Okay, so moving to the next question, question number 12. So question number 12 is given to be, so we have got integration of x cube into sin x dx is equal to g of x plus c. Okay, that means, okay, we have to find out the integration itself, no problem. So you can use the UV method, or you can use simply differentiation integration method. That's called Lenny's alternating plus minus rule for integration. Some of you have done by some step case method, no problem. Its derivative vanishes, we'll call it u, we'll call it v. So it will start like this. This will remain as it is. Derivative of sin x is, integration of sin x is minus cos x plus, and then now minus. Derivative of x cube is 3x square, whose derivative vanishes. You have to take it u, and second function should be taken as v, and then it will start with u, and then integration of v minus, and then alternate derivative integration, it would go on. So I'll be writing x cube into minus cos x minus 3x square, and then integration of minus cos, which is minus sin x plus minus plus, and then again derivative of 3x square will be 6x, integration of minus sign will become cos x. So plus minus plus and then minus. Derivative of 6x is 6 and integration of cos is sine. So done. So this happens to be my g of x. This happens to be my g of x. So g of x we got to be x cube into minus cos x, and then minus 3x square into minus sin x, and yeah, it's constant of integration. C is the constant of integration, so not required. I thought we have to find C also, but no. And we want only g of pi by 2 plus g dash of pi by 2. So if you watch carefully, then g dash of x must be equal to what? See, if my integration of f is now becoming g, then f must be the derivative. So if I want g dash, it should be same, so I'll be getting only x cube into sin x. Okay, and now what do we want? So g of pi by 2. So g of pi by 2 will become what? Wherever cos is there, it will vanish, only sin would survive. So this is gone and this is also gone. So we'll now plug in the value. So I'll be having 3 times x square, means pi by 2 square, sin 90 is 1. So yes, and then minus 6. So this is my g of pi by 2, and we want g dash of pi by 2 will give you pi by 2 cube. So done. Now we'll write down g of pi by 2 plus g dash of pi by 2, and we'll multiply by 8. So 8 times g of pi by 2 plus g dash of pi by 2 will give me 8 times, I'll write it down, so 3 into pi by 2 square means pi square by 4, and then minus 6 this, and then plus pi cube over 8. So let us multiply 8 inside, and this would give me 4 2's are cancelled, this will give me 8. So 2 into 3 is 6 pi square minus 48. So 8 gets cancelled. Pi cube is given, alpha pi cube is given, pi square is given, and then constant. All right. So let us now find out what is alpha, beta and gamma. So comparing with the given condition, that is what? Alpha is the coefficient of pi cube. So alpha is the coefficient of pi cube, means alpha is 1. And beta is the coefficient of pi square. So beta is 6. Gamma is my constant. So gamma is minus 48. Now what is required? Alpha plus beta minus gamma. So it will give me 55. So that makes our option A correct, 55. I hope this is clear. Now moving to the next part, question number 13. So question number 13 would be the shortest distance from a comma 0 to the parabola. So it is like this. That means we have there is one parabola here, y square equal to 4x, like this, and the shortest distance from a comma 0, a is somewhere, we don't know where it is. So this is my a comma 0, right? And we have here 1 comma 0, the focus. Okay, this diagram is only for the reference. Okay, it's not for not to scale, otherwise you might question a comma 0 is why not before 1 comma 0. It can be anywhere, we don't know what is a comma 0. So now they are saying then the equation of, okay, the shortest distance they have given a comma 0, the shortest distance from a comma 0 to the parabola. So that means somewhere at this point, let us say the shortest distance we are getting this one. I'm getting the shortest distance a comma 0, and let us say this is given to be 4. So they are now saying that the equation of circle passing through the point a comma 0, so yes, and the focus of parabola, okay, and having its center on the axis. So that means we now want a circle passing through these 2 points. So focus of the parabola say S, and our point a comma 0 will take to be P. So let's find out first where focus we have S1 comma 0. So our goal is to get the shortest distance. So we know that shortest distance always occurs among the common normal. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll say this is my point Q, and I'll write down the parametric form here. So this will become t square comma 2t. We have y square is equal to 4x. So a is 1 here if you compare. So parametric forms are what? At square comma 2at. So a is 1 means t square comma 2t. And we will write down the equation of normal at this point. So equation of normal at Q. So equation of normal at Q. So equation of normal at Q will be written as y is equal to tx minus t cube. This is going to be my normal, because normal equation is, so equation of normal I'll write down. So equation of normal is y is equal to tx minus 2at minus at cube. But this is written in terms of t, so yes, it should be replaced because t is equal to minus m. So since t is equal to minus m, so we have to write down y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube. That is the correct equation, but here we are writing in t, so we'll write down this is minus, these two are plus. Yeah. So y equal to minus tx plus 2t plus t cube. This is my equation of normal at point Q. Now this normal passes through what? A comma 0. So we can just set a comma 0 here. So a will be 0 here, and then minus y is 0. So minus at plus 2t plus t cube. So from here I'll be getting a, because t can't be 0. So a will be equal to, basically now this is minus a is equal to 2 plus t square, not minus a, plus a itself. So we have transferred to that side. So a is 2 plus t square. So yes, we got, and now they have given that this PQ length is what? 4. So since dPQ is given to be 4, so let us use the distance formula. That means a point is basically 2 plus t square comma 0, and Q point is already given, t square comma 2t. Now let's apply the distance formula here. So I'll be getting 4 square root of 2 plus t square gets cancelled, so we get 4, and then plus 2t the whole square is equal to 4. So let's square it. So I'll be getting 4 plus 4t square is equal to 16. So from here t square will become 16 minus 4 is 12, and then 4 3s are 12. So t square is basically 3. So that means we got the point now. So a is equal to 5. So a is equal to 5 we got. That means it's like this. This is 1 comma 0, and a is 5 comma 0, and this was supposed to be the shortest distance, 5 comma 0 on this. And now we are looking for the circle which is passing through these 2 points, and its center is on the axis of parabola, right? So it is passing through these 2 points, and center is here. Center is itself on the axis of parabola, means like somewhere like this. So that means these 2 must be the end points of my diameter. So say this is one end point, this is another end point. So equation of circle would be x minus 1 into x minus 5 plus y minus 0 into y minus 0, both are equal. So from here I'll be getting x square plus y square minus 5x plus, no, minus 6x plus 5, minus 5 minus 1, so minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. And now this makes our option B correct too. Okay, so moving further to the next question, 14, and we now have to find out the area of the region, this. So this region is given to be, we'll plot it. So your x is from -1 to 1, okay, and y is given to be a plus e to the power modulus of x minus e to the power minus of x, and a is given to be 0, so no problem. So we'll redefine this function for x positive, x negative. So here what will happen if my x is less than 0 and my x is more than 0. So if my x is negative, what will happen? This will become e power minus x. So these two gets cancelled, so I'll be getting only a, because when x is negative, mod x is negative, means mod x means x is negative. So this and this will cancel out each other, so I get a. And when x is positive, this will become a plus e to the power x minus e to the power minus x. So we have the graph now, we'll graph it. So before a, I'll be writing a itself, that means it will go from here. So this is my a, we'll call it a. And after this, means on the positive side, when x is more than 0, I have this graph. So my e power x minus e power minus x. So at x is equal to 0, this both will become 1 minus 1 0. So my graph would go somewhat like this, should be symmetric about the origin, correct? So now this graph I have to shift a units up, that means my graph will again start from here and it will go like this, okay? So we got this graph, and now we want the area of this region. So let's find out the area of this region. So area of this region would be this total plus this total. So this area, height we know, height is a, and this is 1. So area of this rectangle is going to be what? Simply a, length into breadth. So a plus next area is going to be 0 to 1. From 0 to 1, I'll integrate this function, that is a plus e power x minus e power minus x dx. And this area is given to be, let's divide by e also. So e plus 8 plus 1 by e. So now this will give me basically a plus this integration turns out to be a plus e power x integration is e power x itself, and we'll now plug in the limits from 0 to 1. So I'll be getting e minus 1, right, e minus 1. And then here e power minus x integration will give me e power minus x upon minus x. So this plus it will become, and then e power minus x limits I am taking from like this, e power minus x limits I am taking from 0 to 1. So it will become e power minus 1 minus 1, alright, is equal to e plus 8 plus 1 by e. So now this will become 2a plus e inverse, and then minus 2 is equal to e plus 8 plus 1 by e. So now from here you can see this e cancels, e inverse cancels. So 2a is equal to 8 plus 2 will become 10. So I am getting a is equal to 5. So a is equal to 5. This will make our option a correct, 1 correct. Alright, this will make our option 1 correct. Moving to the next question. Question number 15. Alright, let us see. Yeah, so coming to this question 15th, it's given to be the x is the solution of this differential equation. So no problem, let's find out. We'll write down x is equal to this, I can write down x dy minus y dx over dy. I'll shift it here better, this will be better, this, and then I have here sine of x over y. Now this should remind you of something. This is x dy minus y dx, so I'll simply divide it by y square on both sides. So if I divide it by y square on both sides, I am having just 1 over y dy is equal to this one, I'll take minus common, so I get y dx minus x dy over y square, and then sine of x over y. This I can write down 1 over y dy is equal to minus of, this is basically sine of x over y, and this is derivative of x over y. So I can integrate now on both sides. So I'll be getting ln y is equal to, sine integration is minus cos, so both minus will get cancelled with each other. So we get just x by y plus c, call this 1. Now x of 1 is given to be pi by 2. So that is when y is 1, x is pi by 2. So when y is 1, this is 0, and x is pi by 2 is also 0, means c itself is 0 completely. So c is 0 from here we get. So now we have simply ln of y is equal to cos of x by y. We need the value of cos of x over 2. That means x of 2. So when y is equal to 2, right? So we'll set the value as y equal to 2. So I'll be getting ln 2 is equal to cos of x over 2. But they want answer cos of x2. Y is 2, so yeah, x by 2. That means cos of x of 2. That means I need cos of x. So from I can write down cos x is equal to 2 times cos square x by 2 minus 1. Same cos 2 theta formula. Cos 2 theta is cos square minus sin square. We can write down cos 2x in that way. So now we got cos x by 2 here. So let's plug in the value. So I get, see, when I'm writing cos x means it is basically cos of x of 2. It's an argument basically, x of 2. And here this is x of 2 by 2, and we have got here x of 2. So yeah, x by 2. That means now I can just plug in this value here. So I'll be getting 2 times ln of 2 square minus 1. So 2 times ln of 2 square minus 1 will make our option 4 correct. Yes. Now moving to the next question, number 16. So it is given to be what? We have a relation defined as, let us say this is my W1, my set A1, B1, and my set W2 is equal to ordered pair A2, B2. And the relation is defined to be what? W1, W2, such that W1 will be related to W2 if and only if what will happen? W1 will be related to W2 if and only if B1 is equal to B2. That means their ordinates are equal. So yes, let's begin first the reflexivity. So reflexive, let's check reflexive. So for reflexive, what should happen? W1 comma W1, okay, must belong to R. Okay, that means W1 must be related to W1. So if I write W1 related to W1, then means I am getting A1 comma B1 is related to A1 comma B1 itself if and only if B1 is equal to B1. As per this logic, B1 equal to B2, but here B1, B2 are equal. So yes, B1 is equal to B1. This happens for everything. So that means it is reflexive, verified. Check the symmetry. So for symmetry, we can say that my W1, W2 belong to R. So that means from here we get B1 is equal to B2. This we can write down reverse way, like B2 is equal to B1. So if I say B2 is equal to N, that means I am saying A2 comma B2 is related to A1 comma B1. That means here I can write down W2 related to W1. So that is W2 comma W1 is also in R. So yes, symmetry is verified. Now let us check the transitivity. So for transitivity, what should happen? We'll write transitivity properly. So transitivity will now become, when I write W1, W2 belong to R, that means W1, W2 belong to R. So from here we get B1 equal to B2, and then W2, W3 belong to R, means from here I'll be getting B2 equal to B3. So B1 equal to B2, B2 equal to B3. So from here can I write down B1 equal to B3. So if B1 equal to B3, B1 equal to B3 means I can write down A1 B1 is equal to A3 B3. So that is, I can say now from here that W1 is related to W3. So this implies transitivity verified. That means R is now an equivalence relation. So yes, It is perfectly fine. Statement 1 is correct. And for statement 2, what they have given, for some AB belong to X, the set AB represents a parallel line Y is equal to X. So if I'm saying Y is represents a parallel line Y to X, but we know if this is related to defined on X, that means I am saying that if XY related to AB, so from here I'll be getting Y is equal to B. So Y is equal to B is a constant. Its slope is what? Its slope is 0. And if it is parallel to this line, then slope of this line is what? 1. So it is not true for any X. So that's not true. So statement 2 is wrong and statement 1 is true. So statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. That will make our option 1 correct. I hope this is clear. Coming to question number 17. Coming to question number 17, it is saying that let a point A divide the line segment joining the points P and Q internally. So that means we have like this. There is point P here and say there is some Q. P is given to be -1, -1, 2 and Q is given to be 5, 5, 10. Internally in the ratio R is to 1. So this is my point A and it's dividing into the ratio R is to 1. And if O is the origin, so say from here O is the origin and they have written OQ dot OA, that means we first find out the coordinates of A. So coordinates of A we can write down. So let's write down the coordinates of A. Coordinates of A is going to be, use this section formula, so I'll be having phi r minus 1 over r plus 1 comma phi r again minus 1 over r plus 1 comma 10r plus 2 over r plus 1. So we got its coordinates, phi r minus 1, yeah, 5, 5, 10, q is given to be 5, 5, 10, p is -1, 2, yes, correct. So that means we got the coordinates of A. Now they are saying if A is the origin and OQ dot OA, so we have to find out OQ. OQ dot OA, alright. So OQ dot OA. So Q is here, O is, okay, dot OA, O is this. So for OQ dot OA is going to be what? OQ, if I write down as a vector, then OQ I'll be writing as phi I plus phi j plus 10 k cap, this dot product with OA dot product. So OA is going to be basically like this, phi r minus 1 over r plus 1, this will be I, and then plus phi r minus 1 over r plus 1 and then j plus, and then we have here 10r plus 2 over r plus 1 and then k cap. So yes, if I take the dot product I'll be getting 5 times phi r minus 1 over r plus 1 plus again 5 times same quantity phi r minus 1 over r plus 1 and then plus 10 times 10r plus 2 over r plus 1. So this I have to add total, so I'll be getting, let's add this total. This would give me basically 5 into 5 25 plus 25 50, or else we can take simply 5 common first, this will be better. So if I take 5 common, I am having phi r 10r, that will give me this is 2 here, if I take 5 common, so this will become 2 times, so 20 plus 5 25 plus 5 30r, and then here I'll be having minus 1 minus 2 and plus this is 2, so it will become plus 2 over r plus 1. So this is my OQ dot OA. And now we have to find out OA. OA we already have, this is my vector OA, and we now need OP. OP is this, so we want OP cross with OA. So OP cross with OA will give me simply IJK, and we want its modulus, so we can use better Lagrange identity. So it's basically modulus of OP cross with OA square will give me OP square and then OA square minus OP dot OA the whole square. Right? Lagrange identity you must have done. Modulus of A cross B square will be equal to mod A square mod B square minus A dot B the whole square. So now let's write down all these values. So OP square is going to be the magnitude of this. So it's going to give you 4 plus 1 5 plus 1 6. And then OA square. OA square is the magnitude of this, which is going to be 5r minus 1 square plus 5r minus 1 square again plus 10r plus 2 square this over r plus 1 square. So we got, and then minus of OP dot OA. So we have to find out OP dot OA. So OP dot OA will become, OP I have and OA is this. So let's multiply. This will give me, OP dot OA will give me like this. Now OP I have, OP is basically minus I minus j plus 2. So you can write down here. OP bar is equal to minus I minus j plus 2 k cap I have here. And now we want OP dot OA. So OA is here. This is my vector OA. So let's multiply it. This will give me minus of 5r minus 1 over r plus 1. And then again minus of 5r minus 1 over r plus 1. And then plus 2 times 10r plus 2 over r plus 1. Done. This is squared total. So now I'll be removing this. This is not required. And we now just have to use the equation given to find out the value of r. That's what they need. So OQ dot OA we have. OP cross OA will, I'll simplify and then write down. So OP cross OA. Now this square will give me basically, now let us collect everything. So here we have 5r minus 1 square, 5r minus 1 square and 10r plus 2. So it will be 25, 25, 30, 50 plus 100. And here also we have this total quantity is squared, so we'll simplify this further. So this 2 will become same, and here we have 2. So this is basically 2 times this, and this will be added, and this will be added with plus 2. And here we have 10r plus 2. Let's take this again common. So this should give me total as, this is 1 plus 1, 10 plus 2, 4 square into 6 is 36 plus 8 will give me here total would come out to be some 6 is 800, and then minus 5r gets cancelled with this 10r. Okay, here also the same story. All right, that means we don't have r term itself, we simply have just 25r square. So this 25 is also gone from here and here. That means it will be only r square over, this is r plus 1 square in the denominator total. So yes, so we get OP cross OA is equal to this. And now we have to use the equation. So using the equation they have given, we'll write down all these values. So if I write down all the values, it will give me basically OQ dot OA is 5 times 30r plus 2 over r plus 1 minus 1 upon 5 into this thing is given to be r square by r plus 1 square into 800 is equal to 10. Now from here we have to find out r. So better instead of solving this question, we can just see which option would be correct, looking at the beauty of this. So one thing is sure, that root 7 can't be the answer, because here we have root 7 plus 1 square. We do anything, we will never get 10. So option 2 can never be correct. Now let's see option 1 first, and then we'll move ahead. So if I do option 1, then I'm getting 5 into 30 into 7, 37 plus 2, 39. Oh no, sorry, 30 into 7. So 210 plus 2, 212 over 8 minus 1 over 5, and then 49 over 5 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 64 into 100. So let us see if this can be cancelled something to get. This would give me 64, so here 800, I'll be getting here 8 again. This 8 is gone, so I get 100 over 8. So 100 over 8 will give me again 25 over 4. Yeah, so 100 over 8 I have. Twenty-five over 2. So 25, and then okay, yeah, 5 is here, and then this 212 by 8 we will cancel. So I am getting 5 into this is giving me how much? 212 means 106 over 4. 106 over 4 will become 58 over 4 over 2. So 5 and then 212 by 8. So this is giving me how much total? This is gone. Let us cancel. So this is basically 100 over 2. So yeah, 1 over 5, and then we have here 25 by 2. So yes, 5 5s I cancel, 5 over 2 I'm getting, and then this is giving me 25. So it's 25 minus 5 over 2 total. So we'll give you 20 by 2, which is 10. So yes, satisfied. That means R is equal to 7 must be the correct answer for this. Okay, now moving to the next question, number 18. So question number 18 is to find out in the expansion of 1 plus x power p and 1 minus x power q, the coefficient of x and x square is given. So we'll write down x plus p. So 1 plus x power p and 1 minus x power q, I can write down simply pc0 plus pc1x plus pc2x square and so on up to pcp x power p. P and q are integers, nowhere mentioned, but does not matter. Yep. And this thing will become qc0 minus qc1x plus qc2x square and so on up to, anyway we don't need this thing because they need only the coefficient of x and x square. So we will get x, so we want coefficient of x, so x we will get when we multiply pc0 to this and pc1 to this. That's when we get coefficient of x. So coefficient of x we will get only when we multiply these two terms, rest nowhere we are going to get x. So that is pc0 into minus of pc0 into qc1 plus pc1 into qc0. So coefficient of x is going to be this, and coefficient of x square, let's write down. So coefficient of x square will be getting when we use this along with x square and x along with x and this. So 3 terms are going to give me x square, rest nowhere I'll be getting. So yes, we can handle it. Yeah, this will become pc0 into qc2 plus pc1, oh no, not plus, minus this is pc1 into qc1, so that is minus, and then again one more white column, so it will give me plus pc2 into qc0. So yes, we have all these things given. This thing is given to be what? Coefficient of x is given to be 1 and coefficient of x square is given to be minus 2. So let's get two equations from here. This is pc0 is 1, qc0, so we get here, and qc0 is 1, pc1 is 1, p, so p minus q we get 1, Now let's simplify this one. So PC0 is 1, QC2 will give me Q into Q minus 1 by 2, minus PC1 is P, QC1 is again Q, plus PC2 is P into P minus 1 by 2. QC0 is 1, so is equal to minus 2. So let's get rid of this 2 first. So I'll be getting P square plus Q square. So P square plus Q square, then this we can add on like this, simplified. So P square plus Q square minus P minus Q minus 2PQ is equal to minus 4. So this is P square plus Q square minus 2PQ will give me P minus Q square, and then minus of P plus Q is equal to minus 4, right? So we can add on. See, this is P square plus Q square minus 2PQ will give me P minus Q the whole square, and then minus of P plus Q will give me equal to minus 4. So from this one I can use here. So P minus Q is 1. That means from here I get 1 minus of P plus Q is equal to minus 4. So from here I'll be getting P plus Q is equal to 1 plus 4 means 5. So P plus Q is 5 and P minus Q is 1. So from here we can get P and Q. So P and Q is going to be basically add both the equations. So we get 2P is equal to 6 means P is 3. So if P is 3 then Q is 2. So we got P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 2, and that will what we have to find out? We have to find out P square plus Q square. So yes, P square plus Q square we can find out by writing 9 plus 4. That will give me 13. So here option A would be the correct. We're getting 13. I hope this is correct. Now moving to the next question. Question number 19th. Yes. So it's given to be the system of equations, and they are saying that this has got no solution. So all right, now here instead of going and solving with the determinant, one thing is that I can see here, you can see here all these are x coefficients. That means I can reduce the dimension. So these are all planes basically, so I can reduce the dimension. So what I'll do, from these 3 planes I'll get two lines basically. I'll subtract them. So I'll be getting, so let's say this is my equation plane 1, this is plane 2, this is plane 3. So we'll subtract 2 from 1, so get 2y minus y is y, 5z minus z is plus 4z is equal to 9 minus 6 is 3. And from this I can subtract to get 3y, 5 minus 2 is 3y, and then plus lambda minus 5 into z is equal to mu minus 9. Now they are saying that this has got no solution. So this has got no solution, that means these two are basically going to be lines only, now no longer planes. So if this system has no solution means what should happen? You can relate the coefficients directly this way, means 1 over 3 should be equal to 4 over lambda minus 5, but should not be equal to 3 over mu minus 9. That's what we can do. So from here I'll be getting lambda minus 5 is equal to 12, and mu minus 9 is must not be equal to, mu minus 9 must not be equal to 9. So that means lambda is equal to 17 and mu should not be equal to 18. So from here itself we got lambda and mu both. So lambda is 17 and mu is not 18. That makes our option 3 correct. I hope you understood this thing. Moving to the next question, number 20. So if the square of the shortest distance between the lines, so shortest distance between the lines is, suppose I have, this is my line and this is another line, and I want the shortest distance, say D. So D is given by simply x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1. Okay, just remove this thing. z2 minus z1 over a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, and c2. That's what I get. Now this over square root of these determinants, small determinants, a1, b1, a2, b2 square plus a1, a1, c1, a2, c2 square plus b1, c1 over b2, c2 square. This is inside the root only, huh? So let's apply this thing. So I'll be writing simply d equal to square root of. Now let's write down the determinant. So first of all, line is passing through what? So that will be my x2, x1. So this line is passing through 2, 1 and minus 3. This line is passing through minus 1, minus 3, minus 5. Right. Now let us find out x2 minus x1. So you can choose any one to be x2, x1, that does not matter. So yes, by the simple calculation we'll go with this is my x2, this is x1. So 2 plus 1 directly gives me 3. And then 1 plus 3 will give me 4, minus 3 plus 5 will give me 2. And then write down as it is. So this is 1, 2, minus 3, and this is 2, 4, minus 5. This over the square root of, so now this squares we can write down directly. We don't have to calculate even, because see, this is 1, 2, 2, 4. So this way we have written, right? 1, 2, 2, 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0, plus minus 10 plus 12 is 2 square, and then plus minus 5 plus 6 is 1 square. Right, and this determinant we have to calculate. So this will turn out to be 3 into this is minus 10 plus 12 is 2, and then minus 4 times minus 5 plus 6 is 1, and then plus 2 times this is 0, and over square root of 4 plus 1, 5. And here we have got 3 into 2, 6 minus 4. This is going to give me 2 over square root of 5. So we want the square. So d square will become 4 over 5. So now we want the m and n are coprime. So yes, their GCD is 1. So they are coprime. So m plus n we want. So m plus n is going to be 9. So m plus n is 9. Okay. Moving to the next question, number 21. So question number 21, alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, means I have here x square minus ax minus b is equal to 0. Roots here are alpha and beta, and they have defined Pn is equal to alpha power n minus beta power n. So yes, alpha power n minus beta power n. So now you can simply apply the Newton's formula, which is most commonly known as, and then we know that it will satisfy Pn plus 2 minus a into Pn plus 1 minus b into Pn is equal to 0. So we get this. Now P3, P4, P5 is given, so we can apply P5 first to get a times P4 minus b times P3 is equal to 0 using this. So you can plug in here n is equal to 3. So we get this equation, call this equation 1. We can also plug in 6 is given. So yeah, P6 minus a times P5 minus b times P4 is equal to 0. So you can set n is equal to 3 and n is equal to 4 to get two equations. And now all these values are given to us. So P5 is given to be what? Minus 5 root 7i will be equal to a times P4 is minus 3 root 7i, and then minus, no, I'm sending that side. So b, and then what is P3? P3 is again minus P5, oh sorry, this is P5. So P5 is 11 root 7i is equal to a times minus 3, okay. B times P3, P3 is minus 5 root 7i. So yes, and next 2 will give me basically P6. So P6 is 45 root 7i will be equal to a times what is P5? P5 is 11 root 7i plus b times P4. P4 is minus 3 root 7i. So yes, we can see root 7i everywhere, so we can just get it cancelled, and I'll be left with only minus 3a minus 5b is equal to 11. So this is my equation 3, and from here I'll be getting root 7i again gets cancelled, so I'm left with only 11a minus 3b is equal to 45. So this is 4. Now we have to solve these two equations. So 11 minus 11a minus 3b is equal to 45, and minus 3a minus 5b is 11. So we can solve these two. So solving these two, 11a minus 3b is 45. Okay, let's do some lazy approach again. Okay, so let me write down 3a plus 5b is equal to 11. Better. So 3a plus 5b is equal to minus 11. This makes sense. Better. And then 11a minus 3b. Okay, so they already have given 11a minus 3b. So 33, this is 33. So 9 minus 20 is minus 11. So 9 minus 20 is minus 11, and then 33 plus 12. Yes, so that means solving 3 and 4. So basically I don't want to multiply this by 3 and then subtract. Rather I'll try to fit some value a and b to get the 45, to get 45 and minus 11. That's why I wrote this way. So 3 plus 5 is minus 11. One equation I'll try to balance. So this is balanced at a equal to 3 3s are 9 and b is equal to minus 4. So 20 minus 9 minus 20 is minus 11, and if you see here, then 33 plus 12 will give me 45. So a is 3, b is minus 4. So that means we got the equation to be x square minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. So they want alpha power 4 plus beta power 4. So alpha power 4 plus beta power 4, we can write down alpha square plus beta square the whole square minus 4 times, no, not 4 times, 2 times alpha square beta square. So this alpha square plus beta square again can be written as alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 times alpha into beta the whole square minus 2 times alpha beta the whole square. Now we have sum of the roots and product of the roots. So let's plug in all the values. Sum of the roots is going to be alpha plus b, which is 3. So 9 minus 8. Alpha into beta is 4. So 8 square this minus 2 times alpha into beta is just 4. So 34 square is 16 into 2, 32. 1 minus 32 will give me minus 31. So I want its modulus. So modulus alpha power 4 plus beta power 4 is going to be 31. So that makes our answer correct. So it should be 31. Okay, so moving to the next question, number 22. So question number 22 is, we now want the number of ways 5 boys and 4 girls can sit in a row such that either all the boys sit together or no 2 boys sit together. So it's basically 2 cases. Case 1, all boys sit together. And we'll take case 2, no 2 boys sit together. Now, so you imagine that this is a row, and here 5 boys are there and 4 girls are there. So they have to sit, and we want all boys to be together. So what we'll do, we'll first let all boys be in one group. So yes, all boys are there, and now girl, 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 girl. So we'll take them as a unit, a separate unit. So now how many are going to be seated? So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So they can sit together in 5 factorial ways, and also these boys can interchange themselves. So this is B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. They also can interchange among themselves. So it will become again in 5 factorial. So yes, and now no 2 boys sit together. So no 2 boys sit together in the sense gap method we have to use now. So for the gap method, what we have to do, first we'll make sure that those who don't have any problem, first they will sit, because whenever we say that no 2 boys sit together, or earlier the questions were be like no 2 girls are together. This is the first time I'm saying boys, no 2 boys sit together, no problem. So what we will do, we'll say that girls have no problem in sitting together. So let girls sit any way the way want. So we'll ask that girls should leave one space and then sit, because they have no problem. So it should be like this. So now girls are sitting. So girls, girl 2, girl 3, girl. These girls can sit in 4 factorial ways. And now places are left how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if 5 boys are there and 5 places are there, they can sit in 5 factorial ways. So yes, it will give me 5 factorial. So, and case 1, case 2, and can we have anything in common? Because basically we want basically n of a union b, means case 2. So it should be n of a plus n of b and minus n of a intersection b. So we want to see the intersection. So intersection is what? All boys are together, no 2 boys sit together. So intersection will be nothing. So this is gone. So we just need to add both. So we get 5 factorial plus 4 factorial, 5 factorial. So let us write it down total. So this will give me 5 factorial, we can take it common. No, 5 factorial, yeah, we'll take it common. 4 factorial will also take common, and we are left with only 5 here and plus 1. So this is 6. So I have here 6 into 24 into 120. 6 into 24 into 120. So 12 into 6 will give me 720 into 24. So 720 into 24 we have to write down. Yeah, 720 into 24. So 720 into 24 will give me, we can write down better like this. We'll calculate 72 into 24. So it should be 17280. So the answer would be 17280. 17280. Okay. Now moving to the next question, number 23. So the focus of parabola is the center of circle of radius 5 if the value of lambda for which c passes through the point of intersection of these two lines. Okay, so that means we basically have the ultimate goal should be to find out the focus of parabola first. So let's find the focus of parabola. So we have y square is equal to 4 into x plus 4. Now you can call it capital Y square is equal to 4 into capital X. So focus is what? A comma 0. A is 1. So 1 comma 0, but now this is shifted parabola. So shifted parabola means where the vertex is shifted to minus 4 comma 0. So we'll add it here. So I get the shifted focus would be 1 minus 4 is minus 3 comma 0. So this is the focus of my shifted parabola. Okay, shifted parabola, when I mean, that means parent parabola I know it's y square equal to 4x, but now it's shifted to 4x plus 16. So focus is also shifted. So focus is shifted to minus 3 comma 0 now. So this is the center of circle, and radius of circle is given to be 5. So equation of circle we can write down. So equation of circle is x plus 3 square plus y square is equal to 25. Call this equation 1. Now if the value of lambda for which c passes through the point of intersection of lines, means lines are 3x minus y is equal to 0, and I have x plus lambda y is equal to 4. So we have to find out x and y. So what I'll do, I'll simply multiply this by 3 better and subtract. So I get 3 lambda plus 1 into y is equal to 12. So y is equal to 12 upon 3 lambda plus 1. So that means from here I get x also. So x will become 3x is y. So 3x is equal to y. So 12 by 3 lambda plus 1. So we get x is equal to 4. 4 upon 3 lambda plus 1. So we got our x and y. Now this is the point of intersection. So they are saying that my circle passes through the intersection of these two. So intersection, just plug in the value there. So x plus 3 will become 4 by 3 lambda plus 1 plus 3 will give you 9 lambda plus 7. So it will give me 9 lambda plus 7 over 3 lambda plus 1 square plus y. Y is 12 upon 3 lambda plus 1 square is equal to 25. So let us find out this thing. So this will give me basically 9 lambda plus 7 the whole square plus 144 is equal to 25 times 3 lambda plus 1 square. So we'll take this guy here. So I'll be getting 9 lambda plus 7 plus 3 lambda plus 1 into 9 lambda plus 7 minus 3 lambda minus, okay, 1 minute, small mistake. This is 5 times also, so 5 is also there. This will be 5 times. So plus 5 times 3 lambda plus 1 into 9 lambda plus 7 minus 5 times 3 lambda plus 1 is equal to minus 144. Now let us simplify this equation. So this will give me 5 into 3, 15 plus 9, 24 lambda, and 7 plus 5 is 12. This into 9 minus 15 is minus 6 lambda, and 7 minus 5 is plus 2 is equal to minus 144. So let us take 12 common from here and 2 common from here. So I'll be getting 1 minute, I'll just remove this thing, this is not required. Take 12 common, so I'll be getting 2 lambda plus 1, and take 2 common, so I'll be getting 1 minus 3 lambda is equal to minus 144. Now let us cancel. So this 12 and 12 will get cancelled, and 2 and minus 6. So we now get only 2 lambda minus 3 lambda plus 1 minus 6 lambda square is equal to minus 6. So take everything to that side, so will give me 6 lambda square. 6 lambda square, 2 minus 3 is minus lambda, so plus lambda, and then 1 minute, this is 1 minute, 6 lambda square is that side, yeah, and then 2 minus 3 is minus lambda, taken to that side, plus lambda, and then minus 7 is equal to 0. So we have got 6 lambda square plus lambda minus 7 is 0. So now you can get the factors. So 6 lambda square plus 7 lambda minus 6 lambda minus 7 is equal to 0. So lambda, 6 lambda will take common, lambda minus 1, and then plus 7 into lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So lambda equal to 1 or lambda equal to minus 7 by 6. So they want lambda 1 should be less than lambda 2. That means minus 7 by 6 should be my lambda 1 and lambda 2 should be 1. Now let's plug in the values here. So I'll be getting 12 lambda 1. So it's 12 into minus 7 by 6. 1 second. Yes, 12 and minus 7 by 6, and then plus 29 times lambda 2 is 1. Okay, so 6 2s are cancelled. So 29 minus 14. So 15 must be the answer for this question. 23. This is question number 23. It's 15. This makes our option. Not option, it's numeric. So 15 is the correct answer for this. Moving to the next question, 24. So it's given to be, we have got the roots of this quadratic equation 3x square minus px plus q is 0. This 3x square minus px plus q is equal to 0. Roots are 10th and 11th terms of an AP, so T10 and T11. With common difference is also given, d is equal to 3 over 2. So let's take this d equal to 3 over 2, and if the sum of first 11 terms of an AP, so S11 is given to be 88. So S11 is 11 by 2 into 2a plus 10 into d. So S11 is 88 is equal to 11 over 2 into 2a plus 15. So this 11 8s are 88. This will give me 16. So 16 is equal to 2a plus 15. So here we get a is equal to 1 by 2. So a is now 1 by 2, and common difference is 3 by 2. So we want basically, yeah, let's plug in all these values here. So I'll be getting Sum of first 11 terms is fine. Okay, so let's find the roots then. T10 will become what? A plus n minus 1d, so 9d. A is 1 by 2 and 9d, so 9 into 3 by 2 will give me 27 plus 128 by 2 is 14. So T10 is 14, and then next is T11 will give me A plus 10d, so it will give me A is 1 by 2 plus 10 into d is 3 by 2, so it's giving me 17, no not 17, 31 by 2. So T11 is 31 by 2. Now let's plug in everything here in the equation. So I'll be getting the roots of this equation. We have to find out. Okay, so roots of this equation, okay, we found already 14 and 31 by 2. So now we'll use sum of roots. So sum of roots is p over 3. So that means from here I'll be getting p over 3 is equal to 14 plus 31 by 2 and product of roots. So product of roots is going to be q by 3. So this implies q by 3 must be equal to their product. So will give me 31 into by 2 into 14. So now let's find out p and q from here. So this I'll be cancelling. So q will be giving me 31 into 21. We'll keep it as it is, will not disturb. And let's find out p. So p is given to be okay, so p will become 3 times 28 plus 31 over 2. So p will be equal to 3 into 28 plus 31 is how much? 30, 20, 50, 59 by 2. Okay, so nothing is common, no problem. Now let's write down. So we want q minus 2p. So q is what? 31 into 21 minus 2p. So it's just 3 into 59. 2 gets cancelled. Now we'll take 59, nothing, 3, no, nothing is common. Yeah, we can take. So if I take 3 common, so I'll be having, I'll remove this. Let's take 3 common, so I'll be having 31 into 7 minus 59. So this we can handle. So 31 into 7 is 217 minus 59. So 217 minus 59 is 158. So 158 into 3 will give me 574. So 158 into 3 is 574. No, this is 4, sorry, 474. So the answer to this question would be 474. Alright, now coming to the next question, 25. So we want the variance. So variance of the numbers I want, and numbers you watch carefully: 8, 21, 34, 47 and so on up to 320. So yeah, clearly it's an AP. Its common difference is what? 13. So yes, it's an AP. So we know directly that variance of an AP. So if I have variance of an AP, let's say A plus D, A plus 2D and so on of n numbers, so A plus n minus 1D, so it's simply n square minus 1 over 12 into D square. Variance of an AP, if I have, I can simply write down n square minus 1 by 12 into D square, because variance means basically we have here dealing with the uniform distribution. So this is basically the variance of the uniform distribution. So yes, n square minus 1 by 12, and that means we can say that variance is directly proportional to D square if my n is constant, n is of course constant. So that means now I can write down variance is equal to n. So we have to find out how many terms are there and what is the common difference. So terms are 8 to 320 means we can write down n. So basically it's going to give me Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So last term is 320 and first term is 8 plus n minus 1 into 13. So 320 minus 8 is 312 is equal to n minus 1 into 13. Mm, 13 and is n finite? Yeah, it should be 13 into 312, so 13 2s are 26, 4, so n is equal to 25. So n is 25, that means 25 terms are there. Now we want the variance, so variance will be simply 25 square minus 1 over 12 into 13 square. So 25 minus 1 will give me 24 and 25 plus 1 will give me 26 and then 13 square over 12. So 12 and 2 will give me 24. So yes, that means I can write down 2 into 2 into 13 cube. 13 into 2. So 13 cube is 2197. So 2197 into 4. So 2197 into 4 will give me just times 29 4 is 28. Turns to be 8788. So the answer to this question would be 8788. So this was all about our JEE Elements 2025 January 23 Shift 2. Thank you so much for watching.